Hi. It's 10 o'clock in the morning here in Vietnam, so I'm assuming it's quite well, either very, very late or very, very early wherever you are in the world, unless you're in Vietnam, in which case, hello. So I've been thinking, so I've been talking to people, as my talks always start off with this same thing. So I've been talking to somebody and it sparked this idea, or so I read a book and it sparked this idea. And I was actually talking to somebody, another home educator mum here, about dyslexia. And I, of course, said, well, you know that I'm dyslexic. And she went, really? Really? And it just made me think that, yeah, I've had quite a lot of struggles with my dyslexia over the years, and recently as I've become a dyslexic writer, which sounds like a bit of a misnomer, and it's not at all. It's just that we people make these, generalized assumptions, and they're not always correct. And it made me think about how my struggles and maybe struggles isn't the right word, because struggles is negative. My process that I've been through actually does apply to things. It's echoed in things that my clients are telling me. What I mean is, I am dyslexic. I have a master's, I have my PGCE, I have my degree, I'm going to go 1.5 other languages because my Persian is not very good anymore, just because I haven't practiced it. I have published a book on Kindle, a novel, and I'm dyslexic. I had straight A's at school. I had 4 A levels. I know that I've achieved a lot, and I am dyslexic. And it makes me think a lot of people, when they book a discovery call, or when they book, they say things like, and I understand where it comes from, but these things like, but I have such a good job, and I work so hard, and I'm really successful, and we built this house together, me and my husband, or my wife and I, we built this life. We're sometimes people, because of the groups I interact with, we're traveling, I'm the head of department, I've created this life, and yet I can't stop fighting with my kid. And yet, when my toddler gets really upset, I don't know what to do with them. And yet I can't connect with my teenage son or daughter. I don't know why. And I just think it's this, I guess it's a misconception. I mean, in teaching, we work with these all the time. It's a massive misconception that if we are successful people, we must be successful in every area of our lives. And if we're not successful, we are failures. And that's not true, because, like I just said, it's not about having degrees, because you don't have to have a degree to be intelligent. I mean, I live with a PhD doctor who always tells me, it doesn't make you intelligent, it just means that you're good at one thing. And yes, that's true, but the point is that I have become successful in my life, in my teenage life, when I really, really struggled with reading and writing and getting stuff into my I don't have a working memory as such, which is why you'll always see me with a notepad. Everything that I've ever learned, that's why I think I'm good at languages, because everything that I learn has to go straight into my long-term memory. How do I know this? I went to see an educational psychologist who did an assessment when I was 27, found out that I was dyslexic. And I came out of this, and the first thing I did, I rang my, I think it was my fiance then. So I rang John, and he was like, yeah, I know. Of course I know you're dyslexic. The psychologist was like, I don't know how you're functioning, because in the nicest possible way, you have the reading speed of a 6-year-old. How are you writing research papers? And I was like, because I love it. But, and then I realized through, at the age of 27, that the amount of work that I was putting in to get, this grade, or to read one scientific paper, was 4, 5, 6 times the amount of work other people have to put in. And I've just had to come to peace with that. And in order to be successful at the things that I love, the reading, the writing, the research, the novel craft, which is that's my passion. I talk about supporting your body, supporting your spirit, and supporting your passion. This is my passion, writing novels. And in order to do this, I have had to learn I need a purple overlay. I need to change the screens. I need to rest my eyes more regularly. I need to use open dyslexia, which is a font which is very heavy so that the words don't jiggle and the white spaces don't pop out. I need to do these things. And when I do them, I am able to be successful. Now, a lot of people, when they come to me, they say, like I just said, that, I'm so successful at work and I run a department and, I'm in charge of a budget of millions. Why can I not get my kid to talk to me? Why do we fight all the time? Why does every conflict just blow up? And the thing is, this is the message that I'm here to tell you right now. You don't have to be successful at everything in order to be a good person, in order to be a successful person. Exactly like my issue with dyslexia. And dyslexia, frankly, is my superpower because it's why I don't think like anybody else. I think completely outside of the box. And you'll be probably not surprised to know that that means I get amazing results, because it just doesn't occur to me to do the standard thing. It's just not the way that my brain works. And now that I don't fight that, I'm doing some really cool stuff, which is quite awesome. Now, with the dyslexia, so like I just said, I have purple is my color. I had to do an assessment to work out what color. A lot of people, it's yellow, that stops the words moving about. What else do I do? I give myself time and space because I know that things have to go into my long-term memory because I don't have a working memory. I always have a notebook. Always, because you tell me a phone number, you get towards the end of the phone number and I can't remember the start. That's fine. That's who I am. This is what I need to write it down. Simple. It's not really a problem. So if you are feeling like, oh, but why can I not just get to grips with this kid stuff? Why can I not work out what my kid needs? Why can I not hear? Because I know that we're at cross purposes sometimes. There's another thing that people say. I know that we love each other. And I know that there's barriers and I don't know how to overcome them. And it's just stupid. This is unfortunately the way that people speak to each other a lot. This is week one of what we do when I work with people on one-to-one programs. And people are saying, this is just so stupid because I know that I am an incredibly intelligent person. I manage whole teams at work. I have huge budgets. I have projects. I have so many projects on the go. Why can I not do this? And the answer is because nobody can do everything. If you're not trained in it, of course you might not know how to do it. And what do? You go find somebody. It doesn't have to be me. It could be somebody else who's qualified. But if you're struggling with your children and your relationship with your children and disconnect and fight and just not understanding how to get on the same page, there are ways, there are things that you could do. There are things that you could do for yourself as an adult, as a leader in your family, to give yourself the best start, to come into situations with the best mindset. And there are techniques and conflict resolution patterns. There are ways of setting loving boundaries so that you're not giving burnout. There are ways of doing this. And if nobody has taught you, of course you don't know. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means that you need to go and find what is your purple overlay, what is your notebook, what is your thing. And it's going to help you to be successful in this other area, because you don't have to be successful at everything. Human beings just don't work like that. My time is nearly up. So if you are feeling like that, I want to just say again, you're not a bad person. Your love is still wonderful. Your love is precious. And if you're struggling to show it and you're struggling to show up how you want in your arguments or your conflicts or just your general relationship and connection, you can do something about it. Just send me a message and we'll talk. Thank you. Have a lovely day.